tonight on EA Sports. Super Bowl 60. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New Orleans Saints.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his 2nd NFL season, already getting his chance. We harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his 2nd year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
33, yellow. Hey, check,
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Black, 95.
Back to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Down the left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Moore, the motion man. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's Bryce Behringer now. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Strike. Check strike.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Well, a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. 47 yards.
And the Saints are able to extend their lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw.
He finds his man, Sky Moore.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next.
10-zip our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And Kamara's going to have a Saints first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. He'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
That's to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And he didn't quite have the bag spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here we go. Red 38. Ultra. Go Ultra. We got 4. Go.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Kamara up the middle.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Chris Jones on the stop. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
He's into space past the 25.
And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again.
Again, it's Johnson.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Kamara is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest and more like a coronation. And to call the second half, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And the Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way, and I would expect them to...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he comes back with one complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Sly able to put this one through.
And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Here we go. Yellow, 22.
Coming left is Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. There he goes left side. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. Only one quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
2nd and 10.
White.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll get this out to Kamara. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a
touchdown! A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And quickly to Kelsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now 2nd and 5. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are pouring it on.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Bloods to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Ready? Hey, go steal. Tighten up. Go red. Six, mega. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead. And now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up. And he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right?
But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Pete Werner. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth-quarter lead. There's another completion for big yardage.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Again, Kamara, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination, and they got it done on the 2nd try.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and a couple. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
On the clock now, the Houston Texans. It's the Bears now on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. It's the Tennessee Titans now on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. On the clock now, the Baltimore Ravens. On the clock now, it's the Miami Dolphins. It's the Philadelphia Eagles now on the clock. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock. Next up, the Commanders are on the clock. Now on the clock, the Los Angeles Chargers. With the next pick, the Raiders are on the clock. It's the Bills now on the clock. On the clock now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the next selection, the Carolina Panthers on the clock. On On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. It's the Bucks, now on the clock. The Bengals, now on the clock. With the next selection, the New York Jets. And now on the clock, it's the 49ers. The Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock. The Minnesota Vikings, now on the clock. Next up, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. The Denver Broncos are on the clock. The San Francisco 49ers are now on the clock. It's the Cowboys, now on the clock. It's the New England Patriots, now on the clock. The Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock now. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. Next up, the Indianapolis Colts are on the clock. On the clock now, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the New Orleans Saints, now on the clock. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. On the clock now, the Chicago Bears. It's now the Arizona Cardinals selection. They're on the clock. Next up, the Titans are on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens now on the clock. The Miami Dolphins now on the clock. Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Green Bay Packers. With the next selection, it's the Washington Commanders. The Los Angeles Chargers now on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders now on the clock. The Buffalo Bills are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. The Carolina Panthers now on the clock. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. With the next selection, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. The New York Giants on the clock. With the next selection, the Falcons are on the clock. The Minnesota Vikings are now on the clock. It's the Cleveland Browns now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Denver Broncos. Now on the clock, the San Francisco 49ers. It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock. Next up, the Patriots are on the clock. With the next selection, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock. It's now the Indianapolis Colts selection. With the next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Texans. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. The Cardinals on the clock now. On the clock now, it's the Tennessee Titans. On the clock now, the Los Angeles Rams. The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now. Next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock. Up next, the Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock. Next up, it's the Packers on the clock. The Washington Commanders are now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Los Angeles Chargers. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. On the clock now, the Buffalo Bills. The Jaguars are on the clock. It's the Carolina Panthers now on the clock. The Detroit Lions now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. The New York Jets on the clock now. Now on the clock, the Giants. On the clock now, it's the Atlanta Falcons. And now on the clock, the Minnesota Vikings. With the next selection, the Browns are on the clock. The Denver Broncos are now on the clock. It's now the San Francisco 49ers pick. They're up. On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys. The New England Patriots are now on the clock. It's the Steelers now on the clock. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. The Indianapolis Colts are now on the clock. The Kansas City Chiefs now on the clock. On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints. The Houston Texans are now on the clock. The Chicago Bears are on the clock now. And now, on the clock, it's the Arizona Cardinals. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, the current pick has been traded. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. It's the Bears now on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. The Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Rams. With the next selection, the Ravens are on the clock. With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. It's the New Orleans Saints now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Washington Commanders. On the clock now, the Chicago Bears. It's now the Arizona Cardinals selection. They're on the clock. It's the Tennessee Titans now on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. On the clock now, the Baltimore Ravens. On the clock now, it's the Miami Dolphins. The Philadelphia Eagles on the clock now. The Green Bay Packers are now on the clock. Next up, the Commanders are on the clock. The Chargers are up now. They're on the clock. Now on the clock, it's the Las Vegas Raiders. It's the Buffalo Bills, now on the clock. The Jaguars are on the clock now. The Panthers are on the clock. With the next selection, the Lions are on the clock. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. The New York Jets are now on the clock. The New York Giants are now on the clock. It's the Atlanta Falcons, now on the clock. It's now the Vikings' turn. On the clock. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock. Next up, it's the Broncos on the clock. The 49ers on the clock now. The Baltimore Ravens now on the clock. On the clock now, the New England Patriots. The Pittsburgh Steelers are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts now on the clock. The Chiefs are on the clock. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. The Cardinals on the clock now. The Chicago Bears are on the clock now. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now. The Miami Dolphins now on the clock. It's the Philadelphia Eagles now on the clock. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock. With the next selection, it's the Washington Commanders. Now on the clock, the Los Angeles Chargers. With the next pick, the Raiders are on the clock. It's the Bills now on the clock. On the clock now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the next selection, the Carolina Panthers on the clock. The Buffalo Bills are now on the clock. It's the Bucks now on the clock. The Bengals now on the clock. With the next selection, the New York Jets. And now on the clock, it's the 49ers. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. the Minnesota Vikings, now on the clock. Next up, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. The Denver Broncos are on the clock. The San Francisco 49ers are now on the clock. On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints. It's the New England Patriots, now on the clock. The Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock now. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. Next up, the Indianapolis Colts are on the clock. On the clock now, the Kansas City Chiefs. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock.